Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. I want to start off by telling you guys happy Good Friday, going into the Easter weekend. So if it's Easter for you, or where you're going to be this weekend, hope you guys have an amazing Easter. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in with us. And as you guys know, we like to get together, grab a couple of crypto articles that we find in the headlines, bring them to your attention and see what you guys think about them. But like we always do, we like to jump over to the crypto beast, let them introduce itself, and also give us a little bit of daily market sentiment. So without further ado, Scott, take over.
I'll be honest with you, today didn't really look too closely at the market. I realized that this weekend it's kind of like a holiday. Everybody's kind of taking a break, and I feel like there's going to be a neutral feeling in the markets this next little while, so I haven't been watching too closely.
Yeah, just still kind of like bouncing around. It's still kind of neutral. With some things are getting some good news today, and people look for good news and anything to maybe trade for the weekend or gamble for the weekend in a sense. But yeah, I think he's still overall neutral. Still just waiting on a lot of uncertainties from a lot of different government agencies. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into the news. My first headline is coming from Cointelegraph. The headline reads, President Biden announces former Ripple advisor as pick for Fed vice chair for supervision. So following the withdrawal of the former Federal Reserve Board, Governor Sarah Bloom, U.S. President Joe Biden has announced his intention to nominate former Obama administration official and law professor Michael Barr as the central bank's chair for supervision. In a Friday announcement, the White House said Barr was Biden's pick to supervise the Federal Reserve and set the regulatory agenda for its leadership. Barr was on the advisory board of Ripple Labs from 2015 to 2017, served as the Treasury Department's assistant secretary for financial institutions under former President Barack Obama. So Barr has a strong support from across the political spectrum and has been confirmed by the Senate on a bipartisan basis, said Biden. He also understands that his job is not a partisan one, but one that plays a critical role in regulating our nation's financial institutions to ensure Americans are treated fairly and protect the stability of our economy. So this is like real big news, coming from where we think about crypto in a sense of some good news, right? Like you have the president appointing the vice chair of supervision, which pretty much is somebody who regulates or sets the agenda for what they're going to do financially for the year. And he picked somebody that, was already working with, Ripple Labs from 2015 to 2017. So, today is like one of those days people are like, hey, man, Ripple might really, get into these banks now, because now they got somebody on the inside essentially, and you see it on the price charts today. Just looking at the top of my screen, I see it's up 8% just over the last hour. So just jumped up 9.5% in the last hour and a half, 2 hours since this news came out. So definitely some bullish momentum going on with Ripple right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll just share my first article. I always like to share the articles about adoption. So Portugal regulators grant first crypto license to bank. Banco de Portugal will allow Bison Digital Assets to offer crypto custody and exchange services. Bison Digital Assets becomes the first bank to gain approval to offer crypto services. Portugal is known as a crypto-friendly country and a crypto tax haven. Sign up, deposit, and trade, and win up to 130,000. Oh, that's something else. Just an ad within the article. The announcement makes Bison the first bank to receive regulatory approval to provide crypto custody and exchange services. This is amazing news. The company was newly created to operate under Bison Bank, which is fully owned by a Chinese private capital firm based in Hong Kong, and will offer crypto services to high net worth clients. And it's just repeating itself. And in April 2020, the country established plans to create technological free zones, areas in which businesses can test products and services, with the country's outlining that it was looking at testing blockchain technology as part of its digital transformation plan. Valentina Sotova, a software developer, also sees Portugal as a key crypto market. Sotova, a refugee from Ukraine, is working on a crypto-based metaverse game called Amber. He said that Portugal offers a big opportunity for our projects because we can work with a lot of IT people in one space. Portuguese entrepreneurs have founded a small number of private crypto startups worth over $1 billion. Anchorage Digital, a digital asset bank with offices in northern Portugal, has a Portuguese founder. Last year, the central bank classified the Portuguese exchange Crypto Loja and Mind the Coin as virtual asset service providers. These are currently 5 virtual asset service providers listed on the central bank website. Now, the funny thing I get out of that is that bank is owned by China or by a Chinese subsidiary, but is still dealing in cryptocurrency, even though it's banned in China because, well, they're not in China, they're in Portugal, right? So a little bit different.
Yeah, man. They're just banned for any regular person out there. But it's always good to hear those stories of adoption and Portugal, getting licensed, putting the license out there for the people. So that's going to be big. I think anytime you see these things happen, you're going to see a vast majority of technology and ideas flow into a country like that. So definitely good on their behalf. Going to my second article here, Scott, is coming from CoinSpeaker. Terraform Labs give 10 million Luna tokens to Luna Foundation Guard as reserve. So Terra Labs, the South Korea-based blockchain startup in charge of the development of Terra protocol, in its associated native coin Luna, has sent 10 million of the tokens worth $880 million to the Luna Foundation Guard as a gift. Per a report from the block, the Luna Foundation Guard is a not-for-profit organization that is tasked with building the reserve for the protocol's UST stablecoin. The $880 million gift donation to the LFG is the latest addition to the UST stablecoin reserve being built by the foundation. The donated funds have eaten a significant share of the LFG reserve, which was primarily donated by BigONE as a stablecoin. UST peg it reserves off the USDT through Luna tokens. Should the price of UST sway above the dollar peg, some Luna tokens are burnt to help maintain the peg. So here we are. We keep getting more news from Luna, from things that they've been doing, and the way they're buying up this Bitcoin, Scott, and they're sitting it as a reserve for their currency, Luna. And now here you are seeing them actually gift 800 million as well and stable as a gift to the foundation to have another backing. This is just it's like one of those smart moves. It's almost like when you see these big companies like Amazon or Apple, and they do these buybacks and they buy back their own stock when things are going down, and just stabilizes everything. So what they're doing right now is pretty much they're making a real stable liquidity pool. That's all I'll say about that.
That's funny. They definitely are doing that. There is no question. And then my next article I'll share here. Amazon not accepting cryptocurrency soon, may get into NFTs, CEO says. Andy Jassy also says Amazon is still facing headwinds from logistics and fuel costs in an interview with CNBC. Don't expect to pay for your Amazon purchases with Bitcoin in the near future. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy told CNBC on Thursday that e-commerce giant isn't poised to accept cryptocurrency as payment soon. However, Amazon may get involved in the sales of NFTs or non-fungible tokens, another blockchain-powered technology, he said. Jassy doesn't own Bitcoin, he said, but acknowledges cryptocurrency's potential. We're not probably close to adding crypto as a payment mechanism in our retail business, he said, but I do believe over time you'll see crypto become bigger. Amazon appears more focused on keeping its retail business profitable amid rising costs than on accepting new forms of payment. The company has been saying since October that logistics costs are increasingly eating at Amazon's profit. Jassy reiterated these points Thursday and added that in the war in Ukraine has increased fuel costs, putting even greater pressure on Amazon's business model. On Wednesday, Amazon added a 5% inflation and fuel surcharge to a fee charged to merchants who the company's fulfillment by Amazon service, a cost that experts expect to be passed on to some extent to shoppers. While Amazon may not be taking cryptocurrency it is becoming easier for regular consumers to access and use. Mainstream payment apps, including PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, have introduced features for buying and selling cryptocurrency, and in some cases using it as payment. Jesse didn't give a timeline for Amazon adding features for buying or selling NFTs. I think it's possible down the road on the platform, he said. And that's bullish news for NFTs anyways when it comes to Amazon, but it's kind of weird because then you're buying NFTs for fiat in the end, which is kind of, I guess it feels like it's separating itself a little bit away from cryptocurrency, but in the same sense, I get it. Like sometimes it just is what it is.
I mean, if they're buying an NFT, then that NFT should be tied to a token, right? It's a non-fungible token, so it has to convert somewhere from fiat back to cryptocurrency. So yeah, I think it's still good. I think when you think about this though, in the mainstream is this. We had a funny discussion the other day. It was like, who could really challenge an OpenSea? Well, if Amazon has a marketplace, an NFT marketplace, I can tell you now they could challenge OpenSea. So I think it'll be good for competition, and we'll see how that article turns out. My last article here is coming from Cointelegraph. The headline reads, Montenegro makes Vitalik a citizen, part of plan to promote it as a blockchain hub. So the Montenegrin government has begun fulfilling its pledge to become a hub for blockchain innovation by reportedly making Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin its newest citizen. Montenegrin news outlet RTCB reported that the prime minister, not even going to pronounce his name, recommended Buterin receive the privilege to help the Southeastern European nation promote its effort to become a blockchain innovation hub. There does not appear to be an official announcement. However, this is the photo reportedly shared by the Minister of Finance and Social Welfare, Milakio Spajic, when Buterin received his passport. So they have a picture here with him with his Montenegrin passport. So Montenegro strives to become a center of innovation and blockchain technology with an emphasis on all advantages of a legitimate industry that will bring attractive regulations. So another cool article where you're going to see more adoption when you see a country like Montenegro, make or accepts Vitalik as a citizen, and then now they already have meetings set up. They had a meeting set up. I can't read it here because it's not in English, but they had a meeting on with the prime minister and several government officials already, and they have Vitalik there and talking about trying to make this place a hub for innovation and blockchain technology. So I think this is something that you're going to see over time. It's going to be pretty smart on the country's behalf.
Yeah, no doubt. When you take somebody like Vitalik in or try and offer him citizenship, that's a big move if he does decide to go there. A lot of people will be watching that, I think. So it's amazing on their part. Mm-hmm. Last but not least, I know we've talked about these guys a few times, but Ethereum mixer Tornado Cash is blocking sanctioned users. Maintaining financial privacy is essential to preserving our freedom. However, it should not come at the cost of non-compliance, Tornado Cash said. Tornado Cash has begun blocking sanctioned users from accepting its application. The update follows chain analysis update that had flagged an Ethereum address connected to the Ronin network hack in its products. The crypto community has decried Tornado Cash's decision to comply with regulations. The sanctioned address will not be able to interact with Tornado Cash's front end, but that doesn't stop them from interacting with the smart contract. Tornado Cash has started blocking users from accessing its front end. The team behind the Ethereum protocol, which was popularly used as a mixer to preserve transactional privacy, posted a tweet Friday confirming that it is leveraging an Oracle contract from the security analytic firm Chain Analysis to block Ethereum addresses that have been sanctioned by the Office of Foreign Asset Control. Maintaining financial privacy is essential to preserving our freedom. However, it should not come at the cost of non-compliance, Tornado Cash wrote. The announcement included an Etherscan link to the Chain Analysis contract showing that 3 addresses have been added to the list since March 10th. It comes a day after it emerged that North Korea's Lazarus Group was behind the $550 million Ronin network hack that happened on March 23rd. The Treasury Department posted an update indicating that it had added the Ethereum address. Tornado Cash is useful for obfuscating transaction history on Ethereum is it lets users deposit assets to a contract and then withdraw them from separate address, which makes it more difficult to track their on-chain footsteps. It supports ETH and other Ethereum-compatible assets due to its utility in preserving anonymity. It is a popular tool among DeFi hackers looking to launder their funds. Tornado Cash has historically prided itself on the permissionless, censorship-resistant nature, but its latest move to comply with the regulators has sparked criticism as it goes against true decentralization. Multiple prominent crypto users responded to Tornado Cash's post to criticize the team on its decision. "We need a new mixer. Who's going to build it?" said the pseudonym Twitter user Base Carbon. It's important to note, however, that while the Oracle can block addresses from using the Tornado Cash app, it does not stop them from interacting directly with the smart contract. Tornado Cash is not the first app of its kind to bow down to regulatory pressure, and another move that was met with outrage by the crypto community. The Bitcoin mixer Wasabi said in March that it would start blocking certain transactions to its CoinJoin mixing protocol. This update came after chain analysis revealed that it had cracked Wasabi's CoinJoin implementation to uncover the identity behind the DAO hacker that almost killed Ethereum in 2016, raising questions about whether crypto mixing services are truly capable of providing anonymity. The thing that I get a kick out of this is, you guys, like, I get it. It isn't decentralization when they're blocking certain addresses, but you got to understand that these are malicious actors. They're people that are taking $600 million in people's funds and trying to get rid of it. So, I mean, there still has to be a fine line. I think Andy said it best when he said regulated decentralization. So basically, like, yes, there has to be a certain amount of decentralization, but in the same instance, we can't let malicious actors get away with taking funds from everyone else and saying, well, that's not fair, they should be decentralized. Well, no, you steal something, you're going to suffer consequences. That's as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, 100%, man. I have to agree with you there, man. It's just, like it goes to, it has to be some form of regulation. The bad actors have to be cleaned up out of the space. And once that happens, the space can really operate more on the trustless code that we're supposed to be operating on, rather than having to trust the individuals who can hack the code. So I think, once that happens and harsh regulations put, these people behind bars, people will stop, the hacks will be few and far in between. But to go over to the last part of the day, Scott, we're going to jump over to TradingView, look at some of the total crypto market cap, some of the dominance features we like to take a look at. The total crypto market cap today is actually at 1.85 trillion. So getting a little bit of a green today, not much to brag about, but definitely some movement. And then we have Bitcoin dominance right now sitting at 41. 41.54. So still kind of maintaining that news, making a new support in that 41 area, but it's still, just channeling around that 41 area. And then we have Bitcoin dominance at 19.7. So kind of getting comfortable being up there in that high 19% dominance area. So really good for altcoins to breathe a little bit. And I think anytime there's just still like uncertainties in the market, I think there's still a great accumulation point for a lot of people, which is financial advice, of course. But just wanted to tell you guys about these. Other than that, that's all I have for the day. We did do a great AMA with Meta Ruffy today. They listed on BigONE Exchange. We'll be posting that on Twitter within the next 24 to 48 hours. So stay tuned for that, guys. Other than that, I know we have some other projects that also listed. So check out our Telegram, jump over to the Telegram and check the pinned messages and see some of the other things that's going on as well. Other than that, that's all the time we have for the day. Scott, you got anything for the people before we head out?
No, I think just enjoy your weekend, you guys. It's a holiday. Make sure to spend time with your family, keep the positivity, and next week is a new week. So let's be excited for it.
Yeah. Happy Easter, guys. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.